Hi, so it's Move It On Monday, and today we're going to do a couple of cards with the same design but in a different colorway. I'm going to be using a Child is Born. This particular one I'm going to be using for my card class this Saturday. So I will get right into it. So we need a big block, does it say F, to fit the whole. I'm just going to use this bit here. Actually, I'll just see if I do need that. So I might be able to use a smaller block. Let me see if I can find a smaller one. There it is. So yep, that will fit. So this is block E. Put it on there. Actually, I've got something to show you today that I saw another demonstrator do on a reel, which is quite a cool thing that would be very useful. So I am going to cut up my card. Just find where my triller's gone to. So I'm going to use basic beige for all of this. So you can see that you can use a one colour, and I might use some blends. Let's see how that goes. Now, a friend of mine showed me a picture of a card she'd made, so I'm going to case it because I think it's a great design just to show off this particular set. So you cut it at an A4 cut in half, so it's 14.9 centimeters along the vertical length. And I'm also going to cut a mat, which will be 5 millimeters less than the card base front. So I'm going to use a brayer because I thought, I wonder what this would be like if we used the brayer like I did with the One Sheet Wonder. So I'm going to roll it with basic beige. And this will give it a little bit of a rustic background for the actual image. And I also put some crumb cake on there too, and I'll do that in a across the other way. Now it's a little bit splattery at the moment, and just going to even this off here because there's a big line there. Right, close that and get the crumb cake out. Just give this a little bit of a clean. There we go. And we'll see how it goes. And you'll notice that when it starts to dry, the lines aren't so noticeable. Yeah, I think I'll leave that like that. Okay, back. I wasn't actually wanting to do it all the way across, but that's just how I did it. Just clean that off. And what I'm going to do is use the birchwood embossing folder to dry emboss across this here. I'll be back in a second. Okay, so this is what it looks like. So what I'm going to do is put embellishments on this. Not embellishments, dimensionals. The back. Oops. Now just remember that there's a Black Friday sale coming up. Tomorrow it starts, and there's 40% off. 40% off trimmers and blades. And there's some specials on certain cardstock, and it's up to 25% off some types of adhesive. So if you want to build up your stock of adhesives, that's a good time to do it. I might end up buying another trimmer just so I have one spare for when I am at classes, in case there's a couple of people that don't have trimmers. Okay, so I'm just going to push it up. It's a little bit soft, I think, because the ink is not quite dry. I'm just going to put it on like that and leave it to the side. So now I'm going to get out. What do I do with that? I'll just have a look. I'm going to cut. I'm going to show you what I saw in the weekend. Just give me a sec. I'm just going to check I've got basic beige on my list to get more of, and I'll write that down before I forget. And also what I need to tell you about is the new online exclusive products that will be coming out soon. And also, oh wow, actually if you're a demonstrator, you have access to some of these things already. And also the mini catalogue for next year, the beginning of next year. So what I'm going to do is show you a trick I saw, like I was telling you. So what you do is you put the stamp on back to front. Alright, so it should stick there. And then you're going to use your ink pad and you're going to stamp it on there. So can you see that? Yes, you can. And this helps, this little trick helps you cut out around the image, if you, because this particular stamp set does not have die cuts. So I'm just going to press down here. Alrighty, I'll show you through. Sharp ink pad and clean off this one. So I'm just swapping it around now, getting it ready for the next part of this. So what I'm going to do now is cut around the outside of this kind of shadow here. And according to this particular reel that I was looking at, it actually makes it look like a really professional job. And I'm not very good at cutting out, make it look attractive. So I'm just going to try this and see how it works out. So I'm just going to cut quickly around there. See how it works. And then, well, I think this will be something that I will try more often. For those standalone stamp sets, because I do tend to like having dies to cut out with, just because it makes a little bit of a better job. It looks tidier for me anyway, because I'm not great at cutting. And my hair, I'll just move across a little bit. And then what you do is you flip this piece over that's been cut out, and you get your ink pad that you're going to use for the image. So I'm not quite sure what one I'm going to use. Oh, you know what? I didn't cut out all of that. That's a bit silly. So I'm just going to cut it out. Yeah, I looked at the what I was about to stamp, and I thought, oh, it doesn't look like the shape of the stamped image. Anyway, we'll see how it goes. This is the first time I've seen this. Sometimes I've wondered, like, how could you make a really good job of cutting it out? So here we are, and then what you do is you flip it over like this, and we're ready to line it up. It should be in the right space. So I'm just thinking about what colour I would use. So I'm thinking I might use Early Espresso. See there, I'll just move it over a bit. So have you guys got all your Christmas shopping done yet? Me has not even started. Well, actually I have, but that's to do with my work. Don't tell anybody. Alrighty, and I'm just going to shut this because I can imagine myself sticking my fingers in there. So I'm just going to lie it to the side because I find it easier to put it on, and then just line it up so you've got an edging around the outside of the image. It's pretty even. And down we go. Let's see how it comes out. There we go. Doesn't that look cool? Could have done with it being a little bit further up, but it looks not too bad actually. Might try that little tip again. Alright, so that's ready for the next card. Okie dokie. So what I'm thinking is kind of neutral tones for this. So I'll get the greys and the browns out. And I might just get something else just to yeah, I'll start with that. What colour here? So I'm going to use browns, so that's kind of a browny colour. Can't get the lid off. Here we go. So I'm just going to highlight where the little divots are on the hair and stuff. And should I make that same colour? Why not? And then I'll colour it in with a lighter colour, maybe pecan pie, but we'll see. We shall see. Yeah, sometimes you have an idea in your mind what's needing to happen, but when you get there, you think, oh, it needs to look a bit different. So let's see what I can find here. This one might be all right. Dark crumb cake. We'll see how it goes. Is it dark enough? Maybe. It's slightly different to the ivory. Anyway, we'll colour over the top of that. Just hide it a little bit, just give a little bit highlights and lowlights. Sometimes I find it easier to use the brush tip to do the very fine details because you can use the very tip of it. Okay, and what am I going to use for the skin colour? I'm just going to see what this looks like. It might be too dark. No, it's too dark. Let's see if I have got a pinky. So I have got light petal pink and some with bubble bath would be better. Nope. Try this, and if I need to lighten it, I will use my highlighter pen. So these images haven't got eyes on them, so they kind of look a bit freaky. Some people have put faces on them. Here we go. So having it on basic beige will make it a little bit, the skin tone a little bit darker anyway. And where did I get that from? There. So what am I going to colour in? Hey? Well, I'll do the staff in dark pecan. So I'm going to use the brush end because it might be easier. So we know over the edge of it there. And what colour will I make these? I'm just going to have a look at the card that I've already started. Where have I put it? No, I can't find it. Where has it gone to? Put it to the side, and there it is. It's where it was. I'm just going to try it out to see what it's like. Actually, I quite like that. I'm not sure what to do there. Whether I should just need neutral tones or add maybe blue, because sometimes a blue will go in nicely. So I'll just see what I've got here. So I've got light balmy blue, and I'll just and dark balmy blue. How much darker is that? That could be alright. Should I do it all the same? I think the boho blue will be too dark. You know what, I might use that. So just put that to the side. And yep, so I'll do baby Jesus's wrap, swaddle in this colour. And I will do Mary in light balmy blue with dark accents. Oh, actually, I was just seeing that I haven't done all of her hair there. Let's see. Yeah, every now and then I need to check that I've got what I'm doing in the middle of the picture. What did I use? I think I used light crumb for here. That's ivory. I can't see it. Maybe it's underneath. Yep, it is underneath. You need to keep your table clear so you can get the stuff that you're working with in the middle of it. Actually, it might have been dark crumb cake that I used. Let's try it. Oh, that's ivory. Light crumb cake. Maybe it's up here. Dark crumb cake. Getting my stuff all mixed up. There we go. Yeah, I might put my crumb cake up here and my greys down the bottom. Right, so what I'm going to do is colour Joseph in. Actually, I haven't finished off Mary yet. So I'm just going to do the highlight bits in the darker colour. just finish it off. I just go over a whole lot of it just in case it's a bit yuck. Yeah, sometimes works better than others. So what I'm going to do is put a line down the middle. I use dark pecan. Just very lightly put a line down the middle, just to segregate it. And now I'm going to do his, I don't know what you call it, tunic, underneath tunic thing. What's this one? Yeah, I might do that all over and then I'll go and do the highlights. Highlights. While I do it again, I might just fill in this bit here. It's looking a bit weird. Go. Yes, quite like that. Put these away. A bit of space. And I'm not going to put face on there because I'm bound to make it look really dodgy. So all I'm going to do is just pop it up. I'll just chop these up a bit. So they go a bit further. I'm just going to try and get that one down the bottom. There we go. So the staff, I'm going to have to do a, I'm just going to cut along. Do I need to cut along there? I might just cut along here. Come on. Trying to get the backing off it. Not working very well. Right, here we go. Right, I'll tell you something really annoying. Really annoying is that I had grown some cucumber plants and I got to a stage where I put them outside and lemon pukeko has come along and pulled them out of the ground. They didn't eat them, they just pulled them out of the ground and left them lying there. So annoying. The next door neighbour had a similar thing where her pumpkin plants were pulled out by these birds. very happy about it. So I got a whole lot of tomato seedlings put in that are growing. It's not sticking very well. And my next door neighbour gave me some as well. A different name, something to do with moon, something or other. Right, come on, Ayana, get cracking. Now, it's not sticking very good on the back, and I'm just wondering if it's because the ink is there, but it shouldn't make any difference. Usually have ink on it. Maybe not. So we've had quite a few days of nice weather, which is amazing. Amazing. Here we go. So just push it in there. Now it's also got a star cluster stamp there. Now I'm just wondering if I should do the same technique that I've used on the baby Jesus thing. Let's get a small piece of this piece of wool, small piece of basic beige, and I'm just doing the same as I did before, just down there, just trim around the edge. This one's a little bit bobbly. So, thinking Christmas is coming up really quickly. We're preparing for some little shows, and we're going to be doing a whānau barbecue picnic down at McLean Park in Paraparaumu. What am I doing? I am travelling south. I'm going down to Goa and spending some time with family, my mum and brothers and sisters, or sister. And then after that I'll come back, which maybe it's going to be good coming back this year. So get this out again. I'm just going to set it up so I'm in the right place. There we go. Stamp it off. It's not very bright, but I don't want it too bright. There we go. And stamp. There we go. So what I'm going to do is close this ink pad first, dry my stamp, clean my stamp I mean, and I might just leave that out for the next card. I am going to colour it in with Digital Delight. I haven't really thought this through very well, but I'm not sure if I should have used this because it's looking a bit funny. I'm actually going to put a gem in the middle there. It's kind of sparkly. Not sure if I like that, but I've done it now. And I'm going to put these on. These are called Strawberry Slush and Pretty in Pink Gems. Right, what have I done with my picky tool? Okay, just something else. Oh, they keep stepping up. Here we go. I'm just going to grab it off here with my scissors. And that way. No, it's up the other way, I think. Oh no, there's a big star up the top. Ay, ay, ay. So I'm not really happy with the yellow on it. I think it probably might have been just as good to put nothing. To here again. All right. Oh, darn it. The gem moved. Alright, so just put that up there. There we go. And then you put your inside in. So the next one I'm going to do is I'm using the Child is Born again. And this time I'm going to use Secret C. What did I do with it's up here. So I'm going to cut the card as I did with the other. And this can be a sort of like a little nighttime one. Yes, let's do this one. That's it. And we'll lie this over here and we'll get on to the next one. So I'm going to cut the next one like I did with the first one at 14 point. No, I'm going to cut it 10. And 14.5, so it should be just about there. So I'm just going to try it out first because I just have a thought. Maybe I'll do it a little bit smaller. Nah, that's all right. Okey-dokey. I think I need to emboss it again. I'll use that birchwood embossing folder. Where's it gone to? No, I've lost it. No, yes I have. I cannot find it. Where did I put it? Okay, let's have a quick look and then I'll choose something else. Oh, here it is. It's hiding. There Sorry, that took a bit longer than I thought. So I'm just going to go over this with my ink pad just to see how that goes. Yeah, just do it very lightly. There you go. And we probably need to leave that to dry a little bit. So while that's drying, we will go on to doing the image again, and I'm going to use white this time. So I'm going to turn it over, stick it on the back, then cut it out. I might use petal paint because that's my lightest colour. Yeah, made a bit of a mess, but it'll do for what I need it for. Clean. And switch it over, ready for. Yeah, so I'm going to cut this out. So I'll do it really quickly and then go back and do the more finer details. Actually, no, I'm just going to go all the way around. I think I might have cut too much off there, so I'm just going to stamp this with separate C, and we shall see. Nope, that will do just fine. Yes. Just clean this off. been coloured in. Oh, let's go colouring it out. The blues. Get the blues out. Alright, this time I'm going to do it lighter than this one. So with these blender pens, you don't have to go right to the edges. It just colour that in like that. And skin colour. What was I thinking? What did I do before skin colour? It was petal pink, wasn't it? Petal pink. Okay. Faces. Hands. Oops. Wrong one. And with the faces and things, I might just do just I just fill it in a little bit with this, just to darken it. Okay, reasonable. And I haven't put this one in here. Right, and the staff. Yeah, I did cut into it a little bit. Just going to straighten it up. Choky. Yeah. do the highlights in this. Dark. Oh, it's bronze. Let's do crumb cake. I think this is dark crumb cake. Just a little bit on the neck here. Just going to colour it in again, just to see if we can darken it. Because with the white, it doesn't give a depth of colour. It's a little bit brighter. There we go. And I can actually see what's back here. Didn't make a very stamp on that. Right. So let's pop this up on dimensionals. And before we stick them on, I'm going to show you how to do some glitter. Actually, I haven't done it myself before, so we'll be telling how it comes out. So a snapshot for this week is just catch up on how my garden's going. So we've had a lot of rain with the last couple of weeks, and it was a little bit hard to get out, but it's starting to be a little bit more sunny now. So some of the seeds and stuff like that are starting to come through that were planted, but mostly it's my tomatoes are growing. My cabbages have got slugs and snails. I'm not very happy about that. What else is growing? My celery, my sorbet's growing really well. So what you do is you just squeeze the side of this on it there. It's got to say push, so you push it so you get the stuff coming up. Can you see that? It's starting to dribble out this top here. So what I'm going to do is dump it on this. Make some sparklies. I want lots of sparkly on it. There we go. Away. Clean this off. Let it dry a bit. And then we'll pop our Joseph and Mary and baby Jesus up. I'm thinking instead of putting the the stamp star, I might just put a few little gems or something like that. Well, it looks like I'm going to have to get some more dimensionals. Just leave that there. I wonder if the Black Friday sale will have dimensionals in it. So I'll just wait and see. And I can buy a heap of them then. I'm just going to cut along here. Let's see, onto that side there. Put that in the scarf. And we'll have a look at it and see what we need to do over and above what we've got here. Alrighty. Take the backings off. Now I've lost my little cup thing. It's probably underneath all that stuff there. It's trouble when you're preparing for a class, you tend to get everything everywhere. And the room that once was tidy is now a schmozzle. Something really fell down. Yeah. Alright. Just stick that on there. There you go. Beautiful. And what will I use this time? I might just use the same thing. Might put a couple on actually. It's a big one. I just want some smaller ones. Stuck to my finger. There we go. So, I suppose I should show you this. What I do with some of my, what do you call them? Embellishments, gems, is to use the old die cut sleeves. Because usually either I put them onto magnetic sheets inside with the stamp set, but we have got new stamp set covers now, so I haven't actually got one yet, but when it comes in I will show you, because it's going to suit how I do my organising, because I've got them in baskets rather than sitting like a book on a bookcase. So I'm quite happy with that. Some people are not. They have to change everything that they've set up to make it easy to get out. So here we are. We've got this card with the Secret Sea and Winkestella spots, glittery, without the star cluster but with gems instead. And here we are, we've got this one on basic beige with the cluster of stars and a gem there. I think probably I wouldn't put that on next time. and just leave it neutral, I guess, and maybe I just put the gems or something on it, like this one. So here we are, 2 simple cards that you can use the Child is Born set. So I'll just show you what else it's got on here. It's got a couple of animals here. Well, it's a sheep and lamb, a manger, bed, some 2 different clusters of stars, and some sentiments there. Now I haven't put any sentiments on. I don't feel that I needed it, but you can do that if you want to. So there we are. So the next video, I'm actually going to take my video of my garden now because the weather's looking a bit iffy. It's already been raining today, so I need to get out there quick. Okay, and next week will be 2 cards using the branching out stamp set and dies. This one will be the free with purchase set, and that means if you buy from me anything $40 or over, you will receive this set. Either I'll drop it off or I'll send it in the mail. Okay, right, we'll catch you later. Bye.